Hello all, Knife Edge UK here. Apologies if you hear a bit of background noise. I have got a fan on because it's extremely hot in here at the moment. This is going to be a relatively swift review because I'm a bit pushed for time. But this is going to be the Sharpshooter Jack by Jack Wolf Knives. This is the first release by Benjamin Belkin, the fellow collector's company, and he's effectively doing these outsourced slip joints, very, very well done, in a whole range of different styles and patterns. They're basically, I believe, going to be released one a month over the next 12 months, and this is the first. A considerable thank you goes out to Paddy of Paddy's Potato Peelers. If you haven't seen his channel, there'll be a link below. I'm sure you will have done if you're here, but he kindly offered to send this along to take a look at. And it's a pleasure to do so. So without much further ado, let's have a quick look at it and put it as a size comparison next to a few other knives. Okay, so there it is next to a 14 pattern. Let's get them in frame, shall we? A 14 pattern GC, which is probably the smallest sort of well-known pattern. A ferrum forged stinger. Haven't got an awful lot out on the desk, so what I will do is just quickly show you it next to a ruler to give you an idea. You're looking at just under a 3-inch blade, so it should be pretty carryable in lots of different situations. So let's go over this first release from Jack Wolf Knives. So what have we got? Well, effectively we've got a gunstock style handle with a really nicely proportioned, deeply clipped clip point blade with a belt satin finish and a really nice hollow ground. So it's also an M390. So the blade itself, as I say, it's very nicely proportioned. The stock is fairly thick, but the grind is very well done. I have been told who the OEM is for these, but I've actually forgotten. So while I'm sat here doing the review, it has left my memory, so I apologise for that. But whoever is doing the OEM work is doing a really nice job on the grind. It's quite a deep hollow. Comes down to a very, very thin edge, and it's very well done. You then have a stonewash finish on the blade tang, which is really nice, and then the laser engraving of the M390 and the Jack Wolf, very, very well done. Nail nicks very good. Overall, this is just an excellently done clip point blade. Handle, we have a slightly exaggerated gun stock, which is very cool. Obviously, this being the Sharpshooter Jack, you get the little reference. You've got bolster and cap done in the titanium, so you can see it's milled out. It's not actually a true bolster and cap, it's a faux bolster and cap from these blasted, quite dark blasted titanium scales. Incidentally, this has got a few marks on it from Carrie. It came to me like that. I think this has been through a few reviewers' hands now. I say then it's milled out, and you have these pieces of dark matter style blued carbon fibre, really nicely done, very clean work. Overall, all the fit and finish around these inlays is good. Excuse me. So yeah, so there you go. Then you have also a little bolster lining top and bottom as well. Really nice. Everything is very flush and well finished on the spine of the blade through into the back spring. It's very, very clean around the butt of the knife. You have a nice right angle butt transition and finish at the end of the spacer. Very, very good. So overall, that's very, very nice indeed. There's a very, very small gap well, where is it? Underneath the carbon fibre. It might not even pick it up. I'm being super nitpicky here, which I think actually is probably just down to this being just a hair oversized, so it's not being pulled quite fully into the recess of the scale. But overall, it's really, really nice. I'll come back to the ergonomics and how it handles in a second, but it's yeah, it's a good handle. Very, very nicely finished and well done. Then we'll go on to the walk and talk. You've got a very, very positive half stop. Very positive half stop. It's quite a firm pull, but not uncomfortable by any means. It's one of those knives where, you know, you have a nail nick, but there's absolutely no reason to use it, particularly with the hollow grind. There's a lot of surface there and angle to get hold of. It's really nice. And then through to the half stop, it's a lovely bounce into the middle position there. And then, yeah, really, really nice closed. It's a very, very good action. The blade is well centered. It's maybe, yeah, it's centered. It might be just slightly off to the pile side. No, it's very, very, very close. We won't go on about that any further. Very nicely done in every area. Really, really clean work. Yeah, it's tricky. Okay, And what I mean by that to say is it's tricky to find anything wrong with it, really. So there we go in hand. It's very, very ergonomic and comfortable. You have a good retention, so there's not an awful lot of fear of anything happening. And indeed, the tang is long enough that even if it was to try and push into its half stop, it wouldn't be particularly dangerous. It's good from that point of view as well. Ergonomically, this first cut before you get into the stock is ideal for 2 fingers, certainly on my hand at least. And then the more raised portion at the end nestles nicely. This is a really, really well proportioned and comfortable gun stock. Very, very wide, very, very nicely done, I should say. So yeah, it's clean as a whistle, and there's not an awful lot else to say. I'm really excited to hopefully get my hands on a few more of these. There's a couple in particular that are just the trappers, particularly I really like the look of. So yeah, I'm really excited to see what else comes from Ben and Co at Jack Wolf Knives. And thank you very much again to Paddy for letting me take a look at this. So yeah, guys, this is quite a short one, but I don't think there's an awful lot else to say. It's very, very cleanly done. If you're interested in this kind of thing, definitely check these out because they're very, very good. And certainly, excuse me, I don't think I've seen anyone do Far Eastern build slip joints any better than this. It's very, very fine work indeed. All right, guys, thank you very much. Catch you on the next one, and thank you very much to Paddy Potato Peelers for sending this one in.